Were you involved in the funeral, the organisation of the funeral, Senna's funeral?
No, I came back to London. Can't remember the exact timings of it, but Ayrton was flown back direct from Italy to Brazil. I came back to London, to see the family and my boys, and we were home together for a couple of days, and then I flew to Brazil.
What are your memories of the funeral?
Well, it was the first and only time I hope I've ever been to a state funeral. It was pretty impressive.
Did you learn anything about Ayrton that you hadn't been aware of during his life?
I hadn't realized quite, how much he. I mean, everybody knew that he was loved and respected in Brazil, but I didn't realize until I went there. Just basically, he was the national icon of Brazil, probably even more so than Pelé.
How so?
Well, because Pelé played for a team. They'd won the World Cup, in 1970, 74? I think they won it 3 times, Brazil. But that was a little bit, so the two national icons in Brazil were Pelé and Senna. But Senna was current and Pelé retired. So he represented Brazil on the world stage. And you didn't realize that until you actually went there and saw it.
Just how huge he was.
Yeah. And I've spoken to Pelé since, because he and Ayrton were good friends. And, we've chatted about it. And, and he said that it was very important for Brazil, once the football team stopped winning, that we had Ayrton, because he was, football put Brazil on the map, on the global stage, because they were brilliant in that era. And then along comes Ayrton, he was the star of Brazil.
Now, Julian, is it true that in the aftermath of his death, you looked into the possibility of a Senna Formula 1 team?
No.
You didn't think about setting one up?
Not at all.
In hindsight, do you think it could have worked? Could it have been more successful than Fittipaldi's Copersucar?
No. As you well know, running and owning a Formula 1 team is jolly hard to make money. And I don't think it would have been the right thing to do. I don't think the family would have been able to cope with it. I don't think it would have been the right thing to do. Which team would you buy? Which one would you own? Which one would you set up? And using the Senna name, it was much better to set up the Senna Foundation as a charity, and for all the good that Viviane, his sister in particular, and the family have done for the last 26 years. They've achieved far more than a racing team could ever achieve.